So, looking inside, actually I'll probably see if I can just pull this footage. I wouldn't have audio, whatever. You see I got some chips to clean out, but we're still got quite a bit of distance between where we're cutting thread and where we're not. So we still got a ways to go. So you can see that we did not, like we knew from the start, we did not drill this perfectly flush. But for the purpose of this, what it's going to be used for, really not that worried about it. Alright, so I torqued it down a little bit, nothing crazy, but that pretty much ate up that gap. So yeah, I'm totally pleased with how that's worked out. So on our big aluminum base plate, I've located the center, and I just did that by knowing this is an 8-inch wide plate, measuring out to 4 inches, and then finding the center. And center tapped it, so now we're going to drill it out just like we did the other one. I am going to tap this, so there are going to be threads embedded in the plate as well as the hex bar. So despite what the internet and all my thread charts are saying, this tap just might be a little bit oversized because we had that little bit of slop. When we tapped the last one, I dropped from a 13 mil drill bit down to a 1/2 inch, which is only a couple of thousandths difference when I measure it out. But we'll see if it tolerates the 1/2 inch better. And as mentioned before, I'm not gonna. Ooh, that is getting tight. I'm not gonna have to. No, we should be alright. I'm not gonna have to use the other 2 taps on this because this is not a blind hole. We're just going all the way through. And the reason I'm tapping, there we go. The reason I'm tapping both the plate and the hex bar is the more threads that bite, the more, well, the least likely this is to come undone when I'm using it. Not that I don't think that's going to be a possibility when I'm done. Okay, so we got that tapped, and I was running into some resistance problems, and then I realized it was just the bolt. And I'm going to have to put a washer on here or chamfer this out, but I don't have a chamfer. I don't want to do it by hand, so I'll probably just put a washer on there. For right now, we got about 3/4 of an inch worth of threads are actually going to get into that hex bar. I'd like it to be, twice that much. But right now, this is the longest bolt that we've got here. So I'm going to see if I can source one tomorrow. I'm going to drill and tap the holes in the hex bar long enough to accommodate a longer bolt, like we did the first one. Alright, so I might regret not skipping to another size. But so we drilled our pilot hole. We went in exactly 2.5 inches. And now we're going up to the 1/2 inch. That's not looking bad. Definitely want to drive for a longer than yeah, that's working nicely. Board that all the way out, and yeah, that worked out. Actually, that worked out better than I thought it was gonna. Not gonna lie. All right, so we have finished tapping. I ran all 3. There we go. Like this. So this is really difficult to do. So, yep, you can see we ran thread pretty much all the way as far down as we could go. Sometimes it takes a little bit it takes some practice to get to know when you've just hit excess resistance because of chip buildup, or when you've in fact hit the bottom of the hole. If bottoming taps aren't as prone to it, but like the starting tap we use, especially the smaller the tap, the easier they are to break when you get them buried all the way down. You've bottomed out, but you're still trying to dig threads out. So just be cognizant of that. All right, so my phone is about to die. Let's try and thread this in for the first First go. Boop. That works. So if I had had my way, I would have done this on a lathe and faced everything on. So I gotta put that washer on there, but not everyone has a lathe. In fact, pretty much nobody has a lathe. So you can see we're mating pretty well flush. Actually, I think we are mating perfectly flush. So I'm gonna grab a washer for that guy and call it a day. Okay, so I got that. There goes that tap into the kit. So these are not the magnets we used on there. These are little ceramic ones, and actually, so now I'm looking at that's a mud dauber, put its larvae in there for the winter. But there's gonna be 4 of these guys located, and these are obviously, I mean, these are 125 millimeter, 5 inches, and the ones we're using are 2.5 inches. Difference being these are ceramic, and the ones that we're using are K&J magnetic built, and they are neodymium magnets. So these guys will pull probably 10 pounds or something like that if you could saturate the material. The ones where if you can saturate the material, which would take a lot of effort, are good for like 259 pounds each. So this is going to be the baseline for the 1,000-pound fishing magnet. Ow. And there we go. That's the end of day 1. A few hours worth of work. Camera problems with the borescope didn't help. But yeah, so the idea behind this, like all magnet fishing, is I go to the docks and I drop this over and I just bob it along the side of the dock and pull up all the knives and gerbers and fishing lures, fishing poles that people lose. The plan is these are the 4 aluminum bars, and we're going to have to cut these, and they're going to go, minus my light doesn't want this to mount it flush. These are going to get mounted flat. Here we'll bend it slightly, bend it in this way, and mount it flush to the bar. And the purpose of this is that if we get into any kind of big structural steel underwater and we can't pull it vertically, I made this so long so that you come along and try to pry it sideways, and once you get it away from the metal, it's not difficult to pull this stuff up. So that's still going to put a lot of lateral force, 90 degrees to how we've got everything mounted, and so I just want some sort of lateral support to take that up. Okay, so this is going to be the end that bolts up to that to the round base plate, and this 1.093 inches is the diameter of that base plate. So all we've done here is we've scored out that line. So this is going to be at the bottom of the base plate, this will be at the top of the base plate. This one mocked and bolted up, and it's pretty much spot on where I want it to be. I didn't know exactly how long these were going to come out, and it took, I ordered these off Amazon. The 6 pieces I got here in aluminum is like $109. It would have been significantly cheaper if I bought this all in the States from an actual machine shop. These would have just been scraps, so it wouldn't have cost me nearly as much. Shipping was a lot of it, but I'm doing this so I can get through all the project minus mounting the magnets. I'll save that for when I get home, because I got limited time when I'm home to use this, and I've got several places I want to hit, and this is going to save a lot of time doing that. Anyway, that's off track. But not knowing exactly how long these aluminum bars were going to need to be, final length, and the fact that I don't want to wait another month in case I screw one up, I'm going to kind of rough out my final dimension. I'm going to cut it probably right where this top line is, and then we'll do the bends, and everything should be fine from there out. I use the same 5/8 National Course bolts down here that I used to mount the bottom and the top, which the lug's out right now. And I did that basically because I don't have any other taps, and I have the bolts available, and I'm not worried about them pulling out. So yeah, That's where we're going with that.